Hi everyone, if you can hear me, let me know. I'm just going to check the live stream on my phone, and then I'll go through the 20k subs giveaway winners and also do a little bit of a Q&A. So just bear with me 1 second. Okay, great. Okay, hi everyone, thanks for joining me. I'm here at Aquarium Gardens today. I'm going to put my phone down and I'll answer some comments in a bit. Firstly, I just wanted to say thank you all for subscribing. I reached 20,000 subscribers on December 31st last year, which is fantastic. So really, really cool. It's kept me really well motivated to produce good content for you guys. So as a kind of thank you and as an expression of my appreciation for you, I have got some giveaways. Now there is a video explaining what the giveaways are, so do check that out. I'll put a link in the description. But if you look at my channel, it's 2 or 3 videos back, and it's pretty hard to miss. So do check the video out. The time has come for to announce the winners. There is 6 winners altogether. So we have 3 winners for the Aquascape Complete Liquid Plant Food. So we've got 3 bottles of that to give away. And we've got 2 signed prints. So these are my own Aquascapes, my own photos signed. So one of those each to give away. And the grand prize, the top prize, is the Aquascape 300 cube with cabinet and a full day of aquascaping with me here at Aquarium Gardens, with full access to hardscape, plants, substrate, absolutely everything you need to create the aquascape. It should be a really good fun day. I will hopefully video it as well for the channel, so you can all see what we do and enjoy the process as well. So let's announce the winners. This is exciting. I did actually announce the winners already on my community tab. So if you go onto my homepage, there's a tab which is called community. If you hit that, then you'll see I've actually written down the winners, but we'll do a live announcement right now. So the first bottle of 3 of the Aquascape Complete Liquid Plant Food goes to Brandon Cox from the USA, United States of America. So congratulations, Brandon. What I need you to do is contact me. I'll leave how to do that in the description, but basically if you just email my Gmail account, it's gfaquascapes@gmail.com. Second bottle of the liquid plant food goes to Armin Gamper from Italy. So congratulations, Armin. Again, you need to contact me with your details and I'll send that over to you. And the last bottle of Aquascape Complete Liquid Plant Food goes to, and I love his name, Chris Moss from the UK. So congratulations, Chris. And I believe Chris is already a customer at Aquarium Gardens, Dave. Chris Moss, he won one of the bottles.
Oh, he won one?
Yeah. Yeah. So congratulations, get in contact with me. Again, I'll leave how you can do that. I am quite easily obtainable on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter as well, if you want to contact me that way. Okay, signed print number 2 goes to Ross Davies from Wales. Congratulations, Ross. Get in touch with your address and I'll send that over to you. And then signed print number 1 goes to, I think you pronounce it, Michael Walczak from Poland. So I'll write everyone's names down properly in the description, so if I'm pronouncing it wrong, you can see the winners. And number 1 prize for the Aquascape 300 cube Aquascaping Day with me goes to Rachel Blackburn from the UK. Congratulations, Rachel. Get hold of me, and then hopefully we can organise a date to come here and we'll scape the cube together. So, excellent. Congratulations, everyone. Sorry there's not more prizes to give away. If and when I reach 25k subscribers, then maybe I'll do another giveaway. I quite like the idea of the signed prints. I think they're a really lovely thing. I might do more of them. Let me know in the comments what kind of prizes you'd like. You know, no such thing as a bad idea. I consider anything. We'll see. You know what kind of things you guys would like to see as a prize. Okay, just looking through your comments, guys. Those are cool comments. Thank you very much. Congratulations, everyone. Missed who won. What I'm going to do, I'll get my phone with the winners on the notepad, and then you can see it. Hopefully, this works. Can you see that, guys? I don't know what quality is like. There's the winners. So, yeah, that was exciting. Really cool to do a little bit of a giveaway for you, just to, like I say, show my appreciation for your support. I never ask for any money off anyone. I just ask you to watch my videos. If you really do like them, then you can share them. And you know, my mission is to promote the art of aquascaping. So the more we can share my videos, the bigger buzz I get, and just spread the aquascaping love around the world as much as we can. So let's have a chat. What should we talk about? Any ideas for new videos? I've got loads incoming. I'm going to do a nice cinematic one of this, plus I'll talk about all the equipment that we're using. We've got 10 displays here now at Aquarium Gardens, all looking really good. It's my job to maintain them, and I do that at least once a week. So yeah, loads of material from here, loads of beautiful aquascapes. But a real big hit was the budget-friendly aquascape video, which I did the other day. That was really popular. So if you'd like more of that kind of thing, I've got some other ideas about how to aquascape a tiny little kind of vase that you can buy, you know, from a hardware shop. Obviously, not going to necessarily keep livestock in it, but just as like a beautiful ornament with live plants in there, a bit of a hardscape. Some more technical videos. I did a poll the other day on my community tab about comparing external diffusers, like inline diffusers, with in-tank diffusers. So I think I'll do that. That was quite a popular option on the poll. And I've got lots of products that I can review: lighting, CO2 filtration, anything planted tank or aquascaping related. Nothing is off the table. Happy to, you know, if I'm here for you guys. I'm here to create content for you to consume, and you know, you are the audience, and it's important that I tailor my kind of videos so you enjoy them. Otherwise, there's no point in me doing it. So the more feedback I get, the better. And like I say, nothing is off the table. So I'll just have a look at the comments, guys, and if you've got any questions about planted tanks or aquascaping, then now is your chance to ask. Wow. Okay, I'm going to work. The prints are beautiful. Thank you. Okay, Matt Stockton. Over the last few weeks, I've had 2 bad bouts of white spot that's killed loads of my fish, but also the plants are melting. No CO2, just easy carb every day. Please help. That's a really tricky one for me to answer without knowing more about your system. White spots usually caused by a big fluctuation in the water quality or the water parameters. Very commonly it's to do with a temperature drop. So look at that, but you need to look at the reason you get in that white spot in the first place before you can kind of address it in the long term. Okay, Chris Tobel 90. Hey George, it would be very helpful if you could do a tutorial how to analyse the water and how to calculate the needed fertilisers. I don't really need to do a tutorial on that, because if you use my liquid plant food, the Aquascape complete liquid plant food, it takes away any of that kind of fussiness, if you like. If you just follow the bottle, you dose it every day, depending on what system you've got. If it's high, medium or low energy, you just dose accordingly. So if you've got, you know, low lighting, no CO2 injection, easy plants, then you go on the low side. If you've got like really high light, loads of CO2, loads of plants, then you'll need to go on the high side. And if you're in between, you go on the middle. And you just dose according to the bottle every day. So I think a low dose is 1 ml per day per 50 litres of aquarium water. 50 litres is about 12 US gallons. Medium is 2 ml per day per 50 litres. And then high is 5 ml per day. The bottle comes with a cap, which is 10 ml, and it also comes with a syringe, which you can do between 0 and 5 millilitres. So super easy to use. And I think the concept is based on the estimative index, which is basically deliberately slightly overdosing the fertilisers, so that it ensures the plants are really well fed and never go hungry, and then just resetting those nutrient levels every week with a large water change, typically 50%. And that just ensures that the plant's needs are met. You don't need to test the water, because you're definitely giving them enough if you're dosing according to the instructions. And if you're doing these large water changes, it just ensures like a really nice, stable system. You know, the nutrient levels will gradually go up through the week, and then the big water change, they'll go down. And so it's just a proven method that works. I've been using the method in its various forms for over 10 years, to the point now where I've developed my own fertiliser, and you know, all the tanks that you see in here are all running on that fertiliser. So the proof is, you know, the proof is right here. Brackish setup, yeah, need to do one of them, James. How's the book coming along? Not started yet. Cherry shrimp video, that's a good one. Will you start a ferret tank? You would be amazing. Not sure what that means. Reef. Oh, not ferret, reef. Yeah, nothing. Yeah, I have. This potentially could do a reef tank. Yeah, sumps. Yeah, good idea. Hello from South Africa. Hello. Can you do a cichlid aquascape tank? Yeah, maybe. Bert Shackelford, are there any Valis that are suitable for fluval spec? Yeah, your twisted Valis. I can't remember the scientific name. I think it's Vallisneria torta. It's the twisted, and it stays quite short, and it has a twisted leaf. That would be okay. It's quite a slow grower compared to some of the other Valis. It's actually quite a tricky, one of the more tricky Valis. It really loves the hard water. Quite hard to achieve success in soft water. Flapping animal tank behind you looks looking amazing. Yeah, this is coming on really well now. 2 months old, no CO2 injection. We're dosing 20 ml of Aquascape complete liquid plant food every day. We're doing at least two 50% water changes a week. The wood is actually leaching loads of tannins. So it's, I've just done a water change today, and it's quite clear. But over the next couple of days, the water will gradually get more and more kind of tea stained, which is fine. But we prefer it to look kind of like really, really clear water. But the Harlequins absolutely love it in there. But I'll do a full video on this. It deserves its own sort of, you know, epic video, because it's a really successful system. And it shows that you don't need CO2 injection to have success. You know, all the plants are doing really well, growing faster than I anticipated, actually. So yeah, really cool tank. Hi everyone, hi Germany, hi New York. James Neesham, I'd like to see news item video, new products, new plants, etc. That's a good idea. Galami, what is your dacing method? I just kind of talked about that. How to prevent substrate from moving in a low hardscape tank? Is it because of the snails? Maybe. You can put dividers in substrate. You can use rocks, or you can put stuff on the tank and then put the substrate on top. Some people use like nylon tights and pack like filter media in them. You can like create raised banks, etc. that way. Favourite nano fish in a planted aquascape with wood? Depends on the aquascape itself. I like to keep big shoals of small fish. They tend to behave more naturally, and it looks aesthetically more pleasing. I think just to see one or two species all shoaling together. Any rasboras, tetras, some beautiful small fish out there. The classics, neon tetras, I really love. I've got some wild green neons at home in my new budget tank, which you might have seen. They're a favourite of mine. The harlequins here, they're beautiful as well. I have recently put some new fish in my 1200, so I will do a video on that as well, my Aquascape 1200 at home. So yeah, basically anything small, big shoal. But think about the colours, think about how that harmonises with the Aquascape. Do you want a bold colour to kind of give you some high impact, or do you want subtle colours to have more of an understated, naturalistic kind of beauty? So, you know, think about the colours, think about the movement of the fish, think about the size of the fish in terms of how long versus how tall it is. Taller fish look better in tall tanks, so you wouldn't keep angelfish, for instance, in a shallow tank. So you just think like that, think of sizes, colours, behaviour, that sort of thing. I'm just picking the sort of more kind of interesting questions, guys. I haven't got time to go through them all, I'm afraid. But there are some really good questions here. PH Luke 19. What do you recommend as a cleanup crew for planted tanks? I really love cherry shrimp, and I find that they breed prolifically in my setups. They seem to love the hard water that we have around here, and I think they're really interesting to watch, and yeah, they just keep a really good job at keeping their tank clean. They're constantly grazing the plants and the hardscape for biofilm. Not necessarily as good an algae eater as a Marno shrimp, Caridina multidentata, but if you have enough of them, you know, they are a very effective algae eater, and more of a preventative measure. You know, they'll eat leftover food, they'll eat basically stuff that that's going to cause algae to start with. So a really nice sort of stocking of cherry shrimp is really good. If you're keeping bigger fish in a bigger tank, cherry shrimp, you know, they might be seen as food, or a mono shrimp might get gobbled up by bigger fish. So for algae in big tanks, I think bristlenose catfish work really well, and cistrus. There's some other plex that are very good. So hello mate. We are live in Dave's shop, and Dave's best mate's just walked in. So, how you doing, mate?
Yeah, good mate. You?
Yeah, I'm good. How's your tank?
Yeah.
Is it recovered?
It's in the process of being recovered now. Yeah, I've ripped out all the gloss though, because the dead stuff was feeding the algae.
Okay. Wait, how long before we can film it?
Well, once the hair grass carpets, I suppose, so maybe a couple of weeks.
Okay. So, sorry guys, I've got a good friend of mine, Chris. He's got an ADA 60p at home, and we're going to video it for you at some point. But he had a few dramas with algae, so. Legend, thank you. How important to the aquascaping world is the recent influx of Bucophilandra plants into the hobby? I think they divide most aquascapers into love and hate camps. I love Bucophilandra, and most people that I work with and talk to in the hobby, everyone seems to love Bucophilandra. What I will suggest quickly, and I won't get on my high horse too much, is just try and source it from a reputable supplier that's not taking it from the wild. At least make sure it's farmed if you're getting it from Borneo. But my personal recommendation is if you're in Europe, get it from any of the European suppliers. You've got Tropica, Denale, Aquaflora, Aquanova, Aquafleur, Sungrow. You know, loads of different really good European growers that are actually growing it themselves from tissue culture. So absolutely no impact on the natural habitats. So I'll digress a little bit. It's an important topic. One of the issues is in Borneo where they're deforesting the habitats, basically to make room for growing palm trees to make palm oil. And as a consequence of that, a lot of the locals are going in and grabbing, literally bin bags full of this wild Bucophilandra, and it's a very sad thing, really. And I try not to encourage buying it from that source. So they do have genuine farms in the areas where they're actually growing it sustainably. So at the very minimum, try to get it from there. But my personal preference is get it from a European, if you're in Europe, one of the European suppliers. George Farmer, so you just using your 2 bottles you have mixed in one video? Sorry, I don't understand that. I only use 1 bottle of fertiliser. That's all I use. How many varieties of plant do you tend to use in a setup? Depends on the aquascape. Anything from 1 for a really kind of simple, like high impact iwagumi. Just like Hemianthus cuba or Glossostigma, hairgrass. If you just want a plain kind of field or meadow, then just 1 species. Or if you're going for more of a jungle theme, then you could use up to 20 species or anything in between. Leslie, hi. I've asked about soil for scaping my Trigon 190. Thanks for the info. I also have a 70-litre tank. Which should I start with? I really want to do the 190. Do whichever one you want to. I mean, the 190 is going to be more expensive, obviously, potentially. But if you can afford it and you've got the time, then yeah, do the bigger tank. Mr. Ben Knight 1. Hi George, any suggestions for plants for Discus tank? Something for the background, so fairly decent size, big and bushy. Ideally a stem feeder without massive divans. I'd go for classic Amazon swords. Some beautiful aquascapes out there for Discus, just using Amazon swords. I've done a couple. Jeff Sensegaze is one of my favourite. But yeah, you can have a nice sort of open sand foreground. Discus like to feed off an open substrate, so you can have some nice cosmetic sand in the foreground, some nice stones, and then nice wood, and then just background plants would be Amazon swords. That would work really well. Wow, loads of comments, guys. Thank you so much. Do you think it's important to use plants from the same part of the world in an aquascape, even if it isn't a biotope? It's entirely up to you. You're the creator, you're the artist. Use what plants that you want from anywhere in the world to create your vision. Obviously, if you want to go down the biotope route, then they need to be biotope correct. I tend to go for a themed aquascape, so I might use, plants that the majority might be from Asia, or when we're talking about Discus, when I did a Discus tank a few months ago, it's over a year ago now, I used all plants from South America. It wasn't trying to be a biotope, but I just wanted to stick to that theme. But there isn't a right or wrong answer. You can use plants from all over the world in the same aquascape, and it can look beautiful. Where the plants come from don't necessarily add, or take away that visual element. They just maybe give you a sense of that you're doing something, more akin to being a good hobbyist by keeping fish and plants from the same region. But the vast majority of fish that we use in the hobby are captive bred anyway, so they would never have even seen their natural habitats. So there's that argument as well. Have you ever experimented with trying bonsai techniques on aquarium plants, restricting root space, root trimming, etc.? Not really. I mean, I've grown mosses and trimmed them accordingly, but yeah, that's about as far as it's gone. Have you any experience with celestial pearl danios? Yes, kept them in a couple of aquascapes. Beautiful little fish, quite cryptic. They like to hide away and dart in the undercover, but yeah, really beautiful fish. Nano fish house. How long should lights be left on in a new aquarium? Should the amount of time be adjusted over time? I go for 8 hours right from the off, and I just stick to 8 hours. That's what I do. Some people start off with like 6 hours and gradually work their way up, but in my experience, I've just stuck to 8 hours. If I can, I'll probably start off on a lower intensity maybe until the plants are kind of adapted and start, kind of growing in earnest. Then you can put it on full intensity. But yeah, in terms of times, yeah, 8 hours is all I do. Trim Cook, how long were you in the Royal Air Force? 14 years. Any alternative for expensive dragon rocks? You can collect rocks from nature. Just bear in mind, local sustainability, and make sure you're not having an environmental impact. But you can. Birch Shackleford, is the Bulbatis Deformis Mini an actual mini version of Bulbitis? All plants are those for 2 spec tanks. Yeah, Deformis Bulbitis I find really tricky. I've never been able to succeed with it. Milos, is the giveaway done? Yes. Okay, guys, I'm going to sign off there. David Gredek, I sent you an email how to hire to help me. So I have got that email, David, so I will get back to you, no problem. Okay, guys, that's going to wrap it up there. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that little giveaway announcement, and I wish you all a lovely weekend. See you in the next video. Keep on scaping.
That's why I did respond to my text saying if you were doing a live stream.